Hello, everyone. Together, we are the team communication of Mega Symposium 2. We have the pleasure, and I have especially the pleasure, to announce a talk about our beautiful Sara Nystorm, about John Farell, and about lovely coach, because it's a little bit difficult for me for my Greek language, Hajjah Mesalucha Benyega. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I managed.
Anything will do. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a great honor that we are having Sara Nystorm also to Mega Symposium 2. She was a great speaker, a keynote speaker in Mega Symposium 1, the first Mega Symposium, that it got extremely success. Now it's double double his powers and his empowerment. And so I would like to share with you just few small words regarding Sara Nystorm. So our Sara, she's from Sweden, so participant from Sweden, and she's the founder and managing director of Impact Pro and Confident Communication Queens, co-founder of the global non-NGO, non-government organization, World Women Organization, and Business Council, member of Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which she's a leading expert in microfacial expressions, certified body language master trainer, impact coach, mind trainer, and a renowned international speaker. Sara, welcome. We are so proud that we're having you.
Thank you so much, Roxani, for that beautiful introduction. And I am so excited. I was fortunate enough to be here the last year, the first season. And wow, that was very exciting, both as a speaker and to learn from all the fellow coaches, right? So if you're watching this now, don't miss this opportunity, because this year we're doubling up. So instead of 20 coaches like last year from 20 countries, we're going to be 40 coaches from 40 countries. How amazing is that? Last year, my network exploded. So I cannot even imagine what's going to happen right now, right?
Exactly.
So join. And I want to share a little bit about my session. So my session is going to be on the 18th of September, and it's going to be called Impactful Communication, How to Get What You Want and Be Liked. And communication, by the way, is the #1 key to success, be it in your personal life, be it in business, be it in work life, right? You may have all the technical and the cognitive skills in the world, but if you don't have the emotional intelligence, if you don't know how to connect with others, to get through to others, that other thing doesn't matter as much, right? So that's why we are here, the four of us, to give you our best input and tips, right? And from my side, it's going to be about impact. It's going to be about, first of all, inner power, because a big part of our communication takes place subconsciously. So that means that we need to have our inside in the best possible condition. So I'm going to talking a lot about mind training, how you do to get that inner power, which in turn translates into charisma. And that we can work on in the long term. But we can also work with our energy in short term by, like Tony Robbins says, conditioning ourselves. How do we get the energy for those important meetings or talks or whatever when we're going to be seen and heard by others? I'm going to be talking about that as well, so you can be influential and reach through. But communication is not only about you, right? It's also about the receiver, the participant, the person you have in front of you. So that's why I'm also going to be sharing some tips and tricks on how to connect with them, how to read them and understand them at a totally different level than you may be used to. It's about body language. It's about microfacial expressions, which, if you haven't heard about it before, it is involuntary muscle movements in the face that reveal hidden emotions. So if you understand other people, you read their mind, you can connect to them at a totally different level. So that's what I'm also going to be talking about, and how you do to stimulate. You can learn how to talk to their emotional brain, so that you will get lots of information that you wouldn't have received otherwise. So that's in short my talk on impactful communication, how to attract people, how to build great relations, and ultimately get what you want in your life, just like you deserve.
Thank you, Sara, coach. Thank you so much. It was so grateful for me to share the same stage with you and with John and with Hajjah. And now the ball, it's going to my friend, John. Take it.
Wow.
You are ready. Yes, you are. So
I caught it.
you got it. So let's share a little bit the few things about John Farell, Coach John Farell, career communication field. John represents Myanmar, Burma. John is an emerged knowledge facilitator, business coach, and trainer. He is a premier business coach in Southern Eastern Asia and worked in the development of metaphor development using clean language and emerged knowledge techniques. John is an international speaker, NLP master, and member of the New Zealand Myanmar Chamber of Commerce. He has worked in the self-development with mentors such as Tony Robbins, Kane Minkus, David Grove, and Peter Sage. He is over in the field 2 decades. Welcome to this team of communication. And the stage is yours.
Thank you, Roxanne. I was excited before I came on here, but I've just sat here and listened to Sara, and I think I've learned more in the last 5 minutes with Sara. I don't know how I can follow that. I feel like a thorn amongst a whole lot of roses here. So, yeah, I don't have Sarah's vast experience and haven't done it last year, but and it's twice the size this year, so it's going to be even more exciting. And if, as I said, if that's the information I'm getting from Sara in a little 5-second intro, wow. When are you on, Sara? You're on about the 17th or 18th of September, I think. I'm on the 16th of September. So yes, I use clean language, emergent knowledge. These are relatively new therapies, coaching techniques. They've been around for about 25 years. They actually came from autism and psychology development in the 90s by my mentor, David Grove. And the way I first explained is that we think with our conscious minds. We put words together, we have structure, we have form, but all this comes from our unconscious. And our unconscious is where we're creative. It doesn't have the form, it doesn't have words. It's where we have our inspiration. It's where everything, the essence of everything for us comes from. The problem is that it can't communicate with the conscious because it doesn't have words. So how does it communicate? It communicates a metaphor. And then our conscious tries to put those metaphors into words, and we talk to each other and we miscommunicate. My wife's English, I'm English. We miscommunicate probably more often than we should, but we still miscommunicate, and we have a common language. Imagine if you're talking to somebody from a different language, or even a different culture. If I'm talking to an American, we miscommunicate, not half the time, but quite often. And a lot of it is because these metaphors come across from my unconscious to my conscious, and then I try in my conscious and my limited conscious to form that into a word. So what I do with clean language, with emergent knowledge, is I work on developing, helping you as a coach or as a client, as a business leader, to explore your metaphorical landscape. And there's different techniques we use to do that. And it's working on bypassing the conscious to actually start to communicate with the unconscious. Now, the first premise of clean language is that I don't put anything in. was Maslow that said, if all you've got is a hammer, you're going to see nails. I don't put any of myself into the situation if I'm with a client or with a group. It's very much about aiding you to explore your metaphorical landscape, to find out what really motivates you. Behind all the conscious words, rubbish that we put out in front of us, it's what's really driving you behind the scenes, if you like. The controller that's actually in control of your life. Not the conscious that has got all these hang-ups and all these phobias and fears. So it's allowing you, it's helping you to explore your metaphorical landscape. What's going to motivate you? Perhaps what your hang-ups are, what your limiting beliefs are. And it can be really exciting. For me, while I watch a client go through this, it'd be exciting for a client because most of us never spend the time to sit down and listen to our unconscious. We start to approach it when we might meditate, and there's a few other ways, but just to sit down and listen to our unconscious, explore that metaphorical landscape to evolve what comes up. So if you'd like to learn any more about your metaphorical landscape, I'm on the 16th of September, and I think I'm the first one of the four of us. So there's 40 coaches, but us four are on consecutive days. So our 4 days will be the highlight of the 40 coaches. No, not really. It's a really exciting platform. Oh, I don't. This is some really good coaches, and I might even bring a couple of the other coaches on to do a quick little interview online. But I think the thing that's really exciting about this 40 days are that I get to see, because I get to go as well to all these different coaches, I get to see different techniques, learn different things. And if Sarah's an example of what I'm going to learn, I'm going to end up with a few chapters of notes here, I think. And one of the good things is that as a viewer coming along, you can get to watch the replays as well. So if it's at the wrong time or you actually have to do something on that, you have another life, you can watch the replays. So yes, please come along, and I'll hand it back to you, Roxani. Thank you.
John, greatly appreciative of having you also to our team as Sara and as now beautiful Hajjah from Philippines, representing Cadric Philippines. I will try again to pronounce your name correct. Excuse me if I'm not managed. Hajjah Rama Mesalucha Benega. Is it correct?
Yeah.
I would like to hear it from your beautiful, just to hear it correctly. Your
Okay,
name?
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Roxani. So my name is pronounced as Hajjah Rahma Mesalucha Banyega. So you did it great. Don't worry about it.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, okay. Like a Spanish song.
Yeah, and kind of sounds Arabic too.
Yes, yes. So let's share a little bit, few words about our Rama Hajjah. Hajjah is an educator by profession with specialization in English language and teaching, research, and educational management. She's also a life coach, a writer, a learning and development trainer, a keynote international speaker. Hajjah, welcome.
So much. Thank you so much, Roxani. So much about myself. Hello, world. I'd like to welcome you to our upcoming Mega Symposium 2.0. Why is it that I'm inviting you to this event, this grand event, actually? Because I am part of the Mega Symposium, the first event rather. And I can see that I am a living testimony together with Roxani. We were participants before, and now see, we are part of the speaker team. And it's really exciting because as part of the communication team and the speakers, we can now share back the knowledge that we have gained and we have learned from that previous experience. And I am inviting you to my topic on September 17. It is entitled Communication, Developmental Communication in Leadership, which is all about discussing about the importance of leadership in the workplace and vice versa, because we all know that communication is the primordial skill, and then if we master this skill, then we can go on with other skills. So it's 8 days to go before the next big thing, the Mega Symposium 2.0. I want to call this the event a whole attendee approach because of its purpose to make huge difference in the lives of all the participants. The world is full of diamonds and gems, and this event through the essential learning it will provide, will give you some of the only step to get into the direction, and you have to sign up. Be engaged into digging deeper and building an expanding professional network. Though you enhance already your knowledge and skills, this too in return will make you more relatable, efficient, and productive in your personal life or professional endeavors. Your learning takeaways are not creating impressive resumes only, but for confirming your further expertise. So what you need to do is join us on the Mega Symposium 2.0.
Thank you, Farell. Great, amazing, so grateful and appreciative of having you also to our team.
So now time has come to our fourth member of this wonderful team, and I am going to introduce Roxani Oikonomou from Greece. Roxani, it's your turn. And we are so happy to have you on our team. And we are honored to have you with us in this second season. And I'm going to tell you why. Roxani was with us during the first season, where I was fortunate enough to be one of the coaches, one of the 20 coaches back then. And Roxani, I think all of us agree, all of us who coached back then, Roxani was one of the most, how can I say, active and engaged participants last year. Roxani reached out and connected with everybody. And I mean everybody. And that's why you were also with us as a coach this year, because you made friends with not only the coaches, I think all the participants, right? And we have many things to learn from you. You are really walking the talk, as you say. What you teach is also what you live. And Roxani, my dear, you are a body language coach. You are a micro-expressions trainer. You're a public speaker. And you are a performance coach for building engagement, credibility, and charisma. And that is very easy to see, because you are that. You are engagement, credibility, and charisma in you. You are also a member of the TEDx Swansea, where you're not only a member, as a matter of fact, you also teach the TEDx speakers body language trainings, right? So with Roxani, we can promise you all it's going to be an extremely engaging and energetic session filled with knowledge, right? So Roxani, why don't you tell us all a little bit about what your session is going to be about?
My session, it will be, I want you just to imagine if you were in a position to, in any audience, in any time, to have this confidence, to be authentic and genuine with your talk, with what you want to share, your opinion. In a boardroom, in a meeting, on this little small TV, on this little small camera, virtually, and on stage, ta-da, the grand entrance. Who wants to learn? I'm going to plan, and I have already planned, an experimental session, a session that will show you how you can do this. The tools, it is my jumbo airplane with 3 roadmaps: the roadmap of the great speaker, the roadmap of the storytelling, and the roadmap of body language. So join me September 19th with all this amazing communication team, with Sara, September 18th, with Hajjah, September 17th, with John, September 16th. If you want to upgrade your communication skills, your people skills, and your personal skills, join us. We are here for you.